Welcome back. Will you be using the mobile app today? Hi, I'll be right with you.
Thank you.
How can I help you?
Hi, I need a number 2, please. That's the sausage McMuffin with the egg sandwich, right?
Yes.
Okay,
What drink?
I need a large coffee, 1 cream, 1 sugar. I also need a large ice water, and then a sausage burrito with sauce, the hot, and that'll be it.
Just one sausage burrito
Yes.
and a large water?
Yes.
Anything else?
That is it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Total is $11.54, first window.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
It's a cold one today.
I already got my gloves on and my heavy jacket.
39 degrees.
Feels like less than that.
Yes, the wind chill. Black
That wind
ice.
is terrible.
I know. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. person in this Corvette is dangerous. They keep cutting left and right because they have a fast car. So whenever you see people who have fast cars, and I'm not saying all people are like this, right? Because I used to have an SRT Grand Cherokee that had about 800 horsepower. But if you drive reckless like this, you're going to have an accident. They're going to cut off a car. Plus, it's in the winter time and it's 39 degrees out. So beautiful car. I mean, I love it. Okay? But if they're going to be driving reckless and cutting everyone off, that's just going to make people road rage. So I want you to learn from this black car. And again, I'm not hating. It is a beautiful car, and I'd love to have it. And I probably might drive it like that a little bit, but that's for young kids. When you become an adult and learn how to drive, you just cruise. And if you have the power, you show it every now and then. But actually, a Tesla is faster than that. So we want to really talk about vehicles. It's like a police situation. I don't know if you noticed, we are on a one-way, and a lot of people get confused. And they give tickets in the morning. So we're not going to be stupid out here. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. These morning drives can be a challenge, particularly if you're running late or you got to get gas or get food. I'm running a little late, but this road is so chilled and so smooth most of the time. But if you go really fast, you're going to get a ticket because the speed limit is 35 or 45 and people do 10 or 15 or 20 over the limit. So I can't afford to get tickets because I'm a driving instructor. And if I get a ticket, I will lose my endorsement to teach driver's education for adults and teens. And that'd be really stupid. So I gotta drive really chilled and relaxed. And if you want to drive fast, you can go to the drag strip, you can go to the racetrack, you can do drifting, but that's a whole new story. And that'll be for another video that will get out in 2025, hopefully. Many of you who are watching this are not car enthusiasts, or some of you are. Like, this is a turbo Audi ahead of us. Really nice. It's a little bit small, but it's a nice vehicle. Some are all-wheel drive, some are not. I don't know if you guys remember the commercial Quattro. It was about the all-wheel drive turbo Audi. It was in the wintertime. Incredible. You got to look that up. And a guy's like a tow truck operator. He's listening to the ground. He's tasting the snow. I smell Quattro. I feel Quattro. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. I'll try to find it and link it in here. But that really impacted me about how incredible all-wheel drive is. The same thing with the Teslas. So I try to identify what type of cars are around me, what are their capabilities, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, so I know how to drive. Do I need to drive more defensive? Can I relax? Do I need to be more a little bit speedy? In this type of traffic, it can really put you to sleep, and you can end up rear-ending someone, or someone can run a light, or there are pedestrians that will walk out in front of you. And a lot of pedestrians have been killed in this area because simply they just walk across the street and it's dark and you just don't see them. If I go on the interstate, I'll be hitting a lot of traffic, stuck at about 55 or 60, but this is a little slower, but we don't have any lights. It's really smooth, it's chilled. So you really have to pick and decide how you want to drive, what you want to do, because many of you are going to work, going to high school, going to college, or just enjoying this around the world, and thank you for supporting. So we're in America, we drive on the right. Many of you are in Australia, you're in the UK, you're in the UAE, and I really appreciate all the love and support. I do look at the stats, and I'm trying different things to really give you a perspective of driving, because we all need to become the best driver we can, and we all need to be the best defensive driver we can, whether you're a 10-year driver or a 100-year driver. It really doesn't matter. You want to be smooth and consistent, and that's how you have a really good driving record. No tickets, no at-fault accidents, and the best insurance possible. In our fleet, we have 4 vehicles. We're paying about $680. That's really high. So, and it was over $1,000 when I had the SRT, so that was crazy. So the insurance is based on the type of vehicle you have and the area you live in. So if you live in a city, it's more likely your car could get stolen, or truck. If you live in a rural area, it's not likely. In the city, you could have more accidents. In the rural area, you will not. I was taught, because I drive experimental cars sometimes, I can't tell you the company, but I was taught to drive with no radio on and listen to the car 25 or 30 minutes. If you really are in tune to your car, you can tell when it's not running good. The sound of the motor, the sound of the engine, the tires, the brakes. But many of you don't get that deep, but I do, and you might enjoy this. Like, that's kind of dangerous, that white car that's cutting over behind that truck. I wouldn't do that. And many of these lights could be a still green light also. There's so many learning experiences here. I will be heading to the North American Auto Show in December or January, and definitely making a lot of good content, cars, trucks. So that's going to be exciting. Many of you watch this are enthusiasts like me. You love cars, you love trucks, so you might as well enjoy it. Let's see what's happening in the automotive industry. We're cruising about 45. The speed's pretty good, space is pretty good. No one's really tailgating me to make me go faster. And that does make you a little irritated at times. But I'm scanning to the left because those cars could cut across. And then in a moment we'll be on the interstate. And that'll be fun. It's a little scary merging on because you have this really sharp curve, and I'll be on it in a moment. And it's almost like a race course. But you have to remember, cars and trucks are merging, and some people will just cut you off. So my adrenaline is starting to come up. I'm hyped, and I'm going to get to the inside lane. This lane does end, so I've got to be careful not to get cut off, because some drivers will cut you off intentionally or unintentionally. So I'm looking ahead around the curve. I'm squeezing. I'm deciding not to accelerate. I'm just going to let them get ahead of me. And when this lane ends, I'll just slide over to the right and just take my time. I'm looking ahead, 8 cars, 10 cars. I see all those brake lights. I'm saying to myself, man, look at all that traffic. But because we took a smooth thoroughfare, I'm chilled, I'm relaxed. But now, you see how small the space is getting? You're not really supposed to cut across the white line. Some cars do, some cars don't. That could be a ticketable offense, so I'm just gonna ride it out. And you see that car? Could have got smashed by that truck. How would you do that? And I'm just waiting. I'm gonna come out real easy. I'm waiting for them to accelerate. And then I just come in real easy. You can hear people revving up. And then I'm gonna use my blinker. That's chill, man. So you gotta decide how you wanna drive. You wanna drive super aggressive, cut off cars, rev up your engine, slam your brakes. So I'm just chilling, keeping space. And I don't drive like an old person. I can drive very aggressive if I need to or want to. I can drive very smooth if I need to or want to. Just looked over my shoulder, I'm sliding over. Because a lot of people make lane changes at the last second. It is so dangerous. I'm increasing my following distance. I see the big truck, I'm just gonna keep on moving. I've seen a semi-truck tire blow up before. It's very scary. Everything is smooth, everything is nice, I'm just chilling. If I'm in the left lane, they're gonna force you to do 80 and 90. But it seems like the flow is really chilled right now. It depends on the time of day. I'm from the Midwest, and the temperature's starting to drop. Soon we'll have snow and ice, and that'll be pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and get over to the middle lane. I don't have to, but I'm just nice and smooth right now. I'm driving smooth and easy, nothing crazy. Crazy's 80. 90, 100. It is not that serious out here. I'm checking left, middle, right. I see the cars merging in, not freaking out. I'm looking for blinkers and people who don't use blinkers. I learned to drive through the public school system, has some really good instructors. I took my college classes, my practicum classes for driver's ed. So I had some really good instructors, and I had good training through public and third-party testers. So I'm in the middle, smooth, chilled. No one seems to be driving like stupid fast, making everyone, vulnerable to a crash. So I'm just staying smooth and looking. That big truck to the right carrying all that wood is very heavy. They just shifted gears because I saw the puff of smoke come out. Slower moving traffic stays to the right. So they're following what the HTS is made for. I have to tell you a story. On this curve, I was rushing to do a driver's ed lesson in the rain in the driver's ed car. I spun out and almost hit the wall because I was rushing. Now I'm doing threshold braking. I'm just squeezing the brake, but I'm worried someone could hit me. If people aren't paying attention, they're gonna ruin me. So I'm definitely looking at the mirror. You don't see that right now? There's that Tesla. I'm gonna have to rent one of those to make some content. I really like those. And they're very affordable, 20, 25, 26. So it would be nice to have one of those to commute back and forth to work. That's what most people do. And I love technology. So that would kind of make sense for me. I'm also seeing more cyber trucks out here. Saw one yesterday. I went over to Micro Center and got a 14 or 16 terabyte hard drive, so I'm trying to migrate all my videos and put them in one place. I'm just squeezing my brake. This is where it gets really tight. Stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So I'm just trying to keep more space. And anytime you get to a huge downtown metropolitan area, Metro Detroit, Metro Houston, Texas, Metro Los Angeles, California, it's going to be stop and go, like crazy stop and go. And this is where if you're a young driver, you wait till the last second, you got your new $60,000 job, but then you're stuck in traffic and you barely make it to work. And then your boss is like, you're freaking late. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm young. That driver's shifting gears, you can see that smoke coming out. That diesel. I'm just keeping space. I'm looking for cars who are going to cut over real quick. I'm kind of narrating as if you were my student. I would think this. Every now and then I would just give you a tip. I'm not sure how that guy's driving or lady. That engine seems like it's not running right because you can smell that smoke coming out. So like this car set me up for failure. And if you drive reckless like that, you're going to either make someone angry or make someone mad or set up for an accident. So if you start driving like they do, you're going to end up crashing. I used to be that type of driver, just leaving late, barely having gas in the car. See that? Erratic lane changer. That's what upsets the flow of the traffic. I want you to see this. I want you to learn from this. So either you're going to be like this type of driver, or you're going to be chilled, celebrating your success, getting that paycheck, feeling good at your job, good at school, good grades. So it's really a mindset. And I try to make it like a mental mindset for safety. And I'm not late by any means. My fuel is good. I had my meal. I'm set for today. I'm just trying to get to work safely. But you have a lot of obstacles and people that set you up for failure. And you can't let other people knock you off the block. And you probably say, what is a block? That's your mental mindset. You see how many lane changes they have? They're running late. So you cannot get caught up in that situation. And it's just heavy traffic. This is Metro Detroit, Metro Houston, Texas. There's that semi-truck again blowing all that blue and black smoke. I'm not a diesel mechanic, but there's something going on with that engine. And you can't smell it, but I'm going to be smelling like diesel at work. Some of you are like, that smells good. Well, I'm a drag racer. I like to smell like Q16 racing gas, not diesel. I'm in the middle lane, car merging in from the right. Stop and go traffic. I'm scanning. I can't stare at anything too long. Whew. I have to make a choice. Do I get behind this truck? Do I get in front of this truck? Do I accelerate? See how that truck appeared out of nowhere? See how they slid and cut me off? It's about space. And as a beginner, you don't understand this. And this is why beginner drivers just freak out. I'm going to get over one lane to the right. I see the semi-truck in my mirror. Chill, man. And you feel good if you're driving safe. I know I do. Some of you are like, man, I'm just going to get to work. Well, everyone's got a different perspective on driving. The right lane is a slower moving lane. Imagine if I was coming from a rural area to downtown Metro. It gets worse as you go along. And I will be making some videos. Thank you for the thumbs up. I will be making more videos where I'm going to drive all the way from the country to the downtown Metro area. And I'm going to show you everything so you know what to do. Let's squeeze my brake real easy. Because for some people, this makes them in straight road rage mode. And we've all been there. You're running super late, you're hungry, you're tired, no fuel, personal relationship. That all gets to you. But I think for me, if you've been watching this, and hopefully you have, the last almost 2 months I've been getting more rest. So I'm more chill, more relaxed, I'm very smooth. You don't see me cutting lanes. That same car that cut 3 or 4 times that burgundy one is still doing it. And that's where you're going to get your car smashed by one of these semi-trucks. This is also dangerous too because cars don't stop. They do the rolling stop. That white car is just rolling. They stopped. There's also a homeless gentleman here, no cap. But I think he really has a lot of money because I've seen him go to a car before. And there's a police situation up ahead, so I can't go that way. Also, I'm off to the expressway ramp. So if I'm not careful, someone could rear me who's coming off this exit at about 60 or 70. There's that semi-truck again. That engine is not running right. There's so many challenges out here. You really have to understand And this is why a lot of people don't like driving to the city or rush hour traffic, because it really makes you irritable. This is the crossover. So I'm crossing over the expressway. You should be able to hear the sounds. This turn is dangerous. It's, whoa! You saw that retread I almost ran over. So a lot of cars, this is supposed to be no right turn on red. They have a green light. So I'm just looking for a blinker. You're gonna see how many cars use blinkers and how many don't. Here's my gap. There's my gap, and there I go. This is a service drive, so it runs parallel to the expressway. So you got to be careful. We're back on the surface street, really easy to speed, really easy to blow stop signs and not pay attention. So we have to pay attention to our driving environment. Hey, if you like this, look at all my videos, give me some comments and feedback, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.